Ella Kainan, content creator, head of Bright Mind organization. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you, Sharon.
To our viewers who are not familiar with your important work for Israel, tell us how you've started working to promote an Israeli narrative in social media networks.
So before October 7th, I was working in digital marketing. I'm a digital marketing professional, and I had a travel blog that was pretty, I would say, renowned and with followers around the world. On October 7th, I see something that is crazy. I see big accounts with hundreds of thousands or millions of followers posting videos of our hostages being dragged into Gaza, or worse than that. And then on October 8th, these same accounts are posting denials of the massacre on the same accounts within 24 hours, where we are still fighting for our lives here. So I understood that this is orchestrated and that they're trying to create a narrative in which Israel did it in order to start a war. I go onto my social media networks and I start to create a narrative according to which Hamas is ISIS. I give a short 101 to Israelis on how we can work together in order to make it viral around the world. And in 4 days, it did. It became viral. It went into President Biden's speeches, and it became viral almost on any continent around the world for about 3-4 months. So that's how I started what I'm doing.
Yes, from then on, 14 months since October 7th, you're still working to promote the Israeli narrative, but we still have 100 hostages in Gaza, missiles launched at Israel. How do you explain the shift in world's opinion against Israel?
Well, I think that a brand is being built not during war or emergency. It's built during peace times. So it's like a brand in marketing. There's nothing different when it comes to a country. I think Israel didn't invest in infrastructure to build its own brand around the world. So now during war, we see the results of that. So, of course, there are things that have to do with hypocrisy or anti-Semitism and etc. But we need to understand that our enemies have understood that militarily it might be difficult or even impossible to win over Israel. But in terms of consciousness, in terms of public opinion, we are not even on the field playing. So this is where we are penetrable, and the people of Israel and the Jewish people around the world see the results.
Yes, and you have launched a new campaign for the Qatari Independence Day that attempts to take off the mask of Qatar. Tell us about it.
Yeah, so it already went viral, so we're good in that sense. Well, Qatar is a country that has a lot of different interests. On one hand, it's purchasing the Western world. They are invested in billions in education in the West, from the age of 6-year-old children with the K-12, which are the education programs in the US, from the age of 6 till the end of university, when people are 22. They are the biggest donors to elite university, Ivy Leagues in the US, and they demand to control what is being taught and who is the staff that teaches that. Apart from that, they're purchasing cultural assets of the West, whether in France, whether in England, or in the US, for example, the Empire State Building, or we know about sports teams. They own the Rugby World Championship, Formula One.
Yeah, but in the Israeli case, when we look at their efforts to mediate between Hamas and Israel regarding the hostages deal, you're not convinced it's genuine?
No, of course not, because on the other hand, this is not a mediator that says, there are two sides and I'm here to mitigate between them. This is a country that puts on its buildings the flags of Palestine, Hamas, Sinwar, Haniyeh on a weekly basis and portrays them as heroes. Also, they are the owners of Al Jazeera. Al Jazeera on its Arabic version, on its English version, and on its version to Gen Z and Gen Y on social media, AJ Plus, is inciting against Israel, posting deliberate fake news about what is going on in Gaza and in Lebanon, and shifts the public opinion even before the war. So even more than that, the ICJ, the
International Court of Justice, yeah.
Yes. They even posted a post that they thank Qatar for helping them with renewal of their offices. They actually like they paid to them to get a new office sponsored by Qatar. This is crazy. Qatar are buying everyone. They are inciting against Israel. They are paying for what people in the West are going to be taught about things, especially the history of the Middle East. They completely changed. So yes, Qatar is not our friend. It is not a mediator. This is, in my opinion, an enemy state. And what Qatar fears the most is public opinion, because it bought the West in order for it not to get criticized for sponsoring Hamas, the Muslim Brotherhood, ISIS, Al Qaeda, and it does whatever it wants. If I was a family of one of the hostages, and I'm very careful, and that's why I'm saying that only after 14 months, I would protest outside a Qatari embassy somewhere around the world. The Qataris are afraid of their
Yes.
Image.
And you've mentioned that this campaign is already successful. Ella, thank you for your work for us.
Thank you so much, Owen.